So Bobi Wine left because he didn't feel safe in the country. And let us be honest, ever since the elections were completed, things have not been normal. It has been all over the place, it has been known, and he has been hiding since the elections were completed. And this is not fair on him. He decided to live, go live like a human being, and he deserves that. I've seen quite a number of people celebrating. I've seen some politicians who had gone off the rider come and start making allegations. I've seen Ronald Mayinja, one of the greatest musicians I think we have had, alleging that Bobi Wine sold his ticket. But you know, just that Ugandans, and some Ugandans, especially in the central, they love to come when it is harvest time. They don't want to do the groundwork. Because if this guy really did the job, and then you come, he gave you the opportunity, and you decided to mess it up. And now you are coming back complaining and telling us how he sold your ticket. First, you never earned the ticket. You came when the situation had come where he was now competing. He was seen as a favorite. That's when you decided to come. And you are alleging he sold your ticket. Well, that's not really fair. And also, why would you come now when he's not around to defend himself? Even so, sometimes I think he just doesn't have time to, to reply such. To him, they are minor issues. But to people who have seen him do his thing, he struggled from zero, he came up. You guys didn't support him. But when he had moved, just because he was coming from the same fraternity like you guys, he was a musician and you were a musician. And so, just because you guys come from the same background, you guys felt that, you deserve to be around him, which is not the case. And also, you are not fair, because why do you wait for him to leave? You should have said the things. And also, who tells you that we are going to accept your allegations when you had the opportunity? You disappointed him. You ran to the other side. It's like you guys had come to collect information and then you go feed that information to his opponent. Even if I'm the one, I wouldn't really accept you back. But anyway, that's a decision that you took. And also talking about allegations, I've seen this MP who recently made news. Apparently it was his dream to go to the parliament. And he made allegations. They forced me, or they made me to pay up to 600 million. I gave this money to someone that I didn't know. He didn't do any due diligence. He just got the money and gave it to an unknown person. Really? Who is going to believe such lies, really? And also this shows how pettiness and how cheap our politicians are. They don't stand on the ideas and the problems that affect the human beings, that affect the common man. All they are looking at is, can I really achieve my dream here? Can I really achieve my goals here? Now tell me, if you can get your money, your hard-earned money, give it to someone because they promised you a ticket. Tell me, this is your money, hard-earned. How do you expect the voters to trust you with the national cake? This is where big decisions are made. And you think you couldn't manage your 600 million, but you can manage trillions and trillions of Ugandans on behalf of other Ugandans. This shows how weak a politician is. Stand on the values. You promote corruption, If you decide to promote corruption and someone scams you money, I think you should just enjoy the bed. But he was busy on the television, in national television, crying, it was my dream, it was my dream. Yes, it was your dream. But Ugandans decided. If voters decided not to choose you, they decided to go with Zambali because they looked at him, they judged him, and they found him worthy of being an MP. He was consistent with his word. You might even find that actually people had seen that you don't qualify even earlier on before the ticket was given out. And also this drives me to another thought. I think people who are giving out these cards, now they are genuine. Now I do believe in them. Because if this is the behavior we are seeing after people losing elections, then it tells me and it makes my conviction that really these people did the groundwork, these people did the research, they found that really the people that they are going to give the tickets to, they are worthy opponents. They are worthy politicians. I have seen another gentleman, and it is very unfortunate because I respect this gentleman so much. He's telling Bobi Wine, or he's advising Bobi Wine to go to police, and he reports that, they made allegations, the police broke into my house, they mistreated my wife, they did A, B, C, D. And then he continues to say, oh, I was also advised, to leave Uganda, to flee the country. Now, this is quite sad because so many people don't believe in justice. Not because the courts are not there, courts are there, police is there. Ideally, police should be trusted. But in most cases, sometimes it is not trusted because of such issues that happen. I don't understand. Maybe this is advice coming from a brother to another brother, but safety comes first. We have seen how Besigye has ended up. We have seen how the late Honorable Segirinya ended up, and it's not a nice ending that we would like to see Bobi Wine follow. So for me, I think first, it's not fair. People should come and speak truth. If you are not given the card, maybe you didn't do what they wanted, as you say. All of them. Not just some of them, but all of them. And those who are coming out and blaming and, pinning Bobi Wine for leaving the country, my question is, he made a decision for himself, for his own safety. We are all going to live at a point in time. So many have been talking and speaking things that I have seen people say things and I'm like, really? Is this coming from a lady who is a mom, who is a grandma? And you say such a thing just because someone left the country and you're free to speak the way you're speaking? Sometimes it beats my understanding, but sometimes I don't blame them. When you are protecting what you have to protect, you have to put everything on the line, you have to eat whatever you have to eat, but you have to make sure that you protect what you have. But you should think twice, because as they say, power and authority are two-edged swords. Today you are using it to cut the other person, the next day you never know how it is flipping. I remain Ken. Bye.
Fellow Ugandans and friends of Uganda all over the world, by the time you see this video, I will have left the country for some critical engagements outside Uganda. And at the right time, I will come back and continue with the cause. I thank all of you fellow Ugandans who have concealed and protected me for all this time when the regime was looking for me. Those of you who fed me, those who clothed me, and those who offered me shelter. I will not mention your names, but God bless you. I thank the men and women in uniform who defied the illegal orders and instead of arresting me, gave me the information that I needed to keep safe. I thank the priests who prepared mass for me and supported my spiritual life when I needed it most. I thank my family for staying strong in these tough times. I want to thank in a very special way the people of Uganda for your prayers, for your support, and your encouragement. You have once again demonstrated that once you believe in something, especially an idea of liberation, you will contribute the little that you have, including risking your lives and your families to protect those that are fighting for that idea. You did this before in the 1980s, and you have done it again in 2026. And I'm sure you will continue doing it whenever it's necessary. Just different times, different generations, but same mission, a mission to freedom. It's laughable that for almost 2 months, the entire security apparatus of Uganda has invested billions of taxpayers' money to search for me everywhere, but they failed to get me. Why? Because the people have protected me. They have staged roadblocks everywhere, searching vehicles and even forcing motorcycle riders and their passengers to remove helmets, causing traffic jam and inconveniencing citizens, all on the orders of Museveni's son. They have raided homes of my comrades, searching for me. Just 2 days ago, they raided the home of my personal assistant, Comrade Don Sheriff Naja, and when they didn't find me or him, they abducted his wife, and she's still missing up to the present. Good enough, all this was caught on camera. You have seen what happened to the 9 police officers that were assigned to me by the Electoral Commission during the campaigns. They were arrested, they were detained, and now they've been dismissed from the police force with disgrace, apparently because they did not aid the regime in spying on me and preventing me from leaving my house on the 16th of January, even when their assignment was over and they were officially withdrawn on the 15th of January. Now, I want to say this again to you, fellow citizens. We won the 2026 presidential elections. We won it, and Museveni rigged it. And that is why, out of shame and lack of legitimacy, him and his son are searching for me everywhere. They raided my home on the 16th of January, but I was able to escape from them. A few days later, they conducted another raid. And in this raid, they assaulted my wife and family members. They vandalized our house. They stole various items and occupied our home. And up to now, our home is still surrounded by the military. Now, this is why I'm hiding, and that's why I'm leaving the country for a while. We decided to fight back, not only within the country, but also internationally. And among the things that we hope to pursue are targeted sanctions against Museveni and his enablers. We also want those countries that are funding Museveni's killing machine to stop, and if possible, to completely cut ties with the regime in Uganda. In the recent days, we've been speaking on international platforms, although we've been doing it virtually. Now, we are going to be doing it physically. And on that note, I want to notify the comrades and leadership in the diaspora that I will be with you in the coming days. Let us prepare to lobby, to mobilize, to organize and push back against the violations in Uganda. In my absence, my Deputy President, Dr. Lina Zedriga, who has just been released from prison, will be acting president. After doing my work on the international platform, I will return back to my country and let the regime do whatever they want to me in full view of the world. After all, I've not committed any crime. Running for president is not a crime. For now, I ask you, comrades, to remain firm, to remain united, and to keep the hope alive. People power, our power. Our power, people power. For God and my country.